Hey everyone, welcome back to Pesterquest, and also happy National Homestuck Day 413. Finally, we can celebrate the day of Homestuck brothers. Anyways, we're on Dirk Strider. Oh my god, Dirk Strider! We love Dirk. You've come a long way. You've made a lot of friends and managed to keep them all. You're helping them grow and you're growing alongside them while also entrenching yourself in some ridiculous nonsense along the way. Living, laughing, loving, shitting, and bro. As is right and in balance, you think so anyway. You're still on the lookout for any specific bits of meaning to help nail down your sense of purpose as it careens every which way according to the whims of friendship and fancy. There is a natural flow to this all, trolls in sets of 12, give or takes, and some come in pairs as you think back to your first round of friends, kids in sets of 4. You've had time to realize more about the Earths you've been hopping between. A kid on one is an adult on the other. It's been weirdly relieving seeing multiple versions of your friends, not that you seem to be bound by any of the same rules that they are. It's just that, as someone whose self has been scattered to the winds of time, regathered thanks to Aradia, and is still not fully stable, it's kinda nice to see that it's not just you out there trying different stuff out, self-wise. When you think about the last friend left to visit in this set, you can't help but feel a bit guilty. With everything Jake told you about him, and from what you know of Dave's bro, you're not exactly meeting him with a clean slate. You haven't let anyone else's complicated personality traits hold you back from finding a way to befriend them, though you're not about to start now. You'll find a way to make it work. God, isn't it fun having such a complicated and nuanced tangle of interpersonal relationships within your friend group? Isn't it such a delightful challenge? Anyway, the point is, it's time to go meet Dirk. Yes! So you go. You don't know much about where he lives except that it's in the future, like Roxy minus chest guys. You zap on over what should almost definitely be the perfect distance from his door. Oh god. Oh my god! There is a moment where you are weightless, suspended in midair like the cartoon Coyote Man, whose name you cannot remember because suddenly you are plummeting downward and that takes all of your attention. From what you can see in flashes as you spin head over heels, the thing you are rapidly approaching is the ocean. Like, it's better than the ground. What the Jesus is this? Is that like his snort? Okay, sure. Is that his board he uses in Unite Synchronization? Okay. Before you achieve game over, before you even begin, you stall yourself with the zap in and out of reality, appearing just a few inches above the water. You land with a delicate splash. Oh, that's pretty cool. Now that the imminent threat of death has passed, you look up, metal rises up from the water in a towering scaffold. Dirk must live in the building up there. God damn it. You haul yourself up onto the janky platform at the corner of the scaffolding, a few above water rungs. What? A few above water rungs upward and get your stuff together. It's not much to look at. You probably wouldn't even be able to spot it from a distance, but it'll do. In a minute, you can pop back up to the top floor, but you should wring yourself out first. There's a chair, which is weird. You sit in it. Oh. That was I can't do a Dirk voice to save my life, bro. That was a slick freaking trick. Not the stealing my seat bit, though I do respect your presumptuous placement choices too. I mean the entrance. Nice save. You whirl around, but there's no one there. Aside from the endless ocean, the only stuff in sight is the stuff on the platform, which, now that you're considering it, kind of reminds you of one of those outdoor man caves you sometimes see at rich people's houses. What the heck? The kind where you don't know enough about electricity to get why rain just doesn't screw the whole thing up, except instead of like a grill and a TV and an ashtray with an old cigar in it, It's a few screens, a keyboard, a turntable and speaker, a couple of hoverboard looking things, and some complicated aquatic equipment. Both situations contain a mini fridge. Dirk? You say his name and hope he shows up. What do you want from me, Aiden? My cat is freaking being a cat. Okay. After Roxy, you really thought you weren't going to be bamboozled by another fake out meeting. But who the heck knows? Maybe this guy is a ghost? No, that's stupid. The one and only. Where is he? There's no need to get freaked out about it. I'm just talking through the speakers. Or more accurately, I'm just sending data through a text-to-speech converter, which is playing through the speakers. This isn't a function I've ever had occasion to dust off, so this is genuinely thrilling. Thank you for trying and failing so miserably to break and enter in pursuit of friendship, or whatever you were doing. Oh, you know, you do your best. Is there a place you'd want to, meet maybe, so y'all can talk in meet space? That's not exactly my forte. Let's just keep chatting like this for a bit. Bro to bro. You can use the computer if the power of my voice is getting to be too much for you. Whoa, come on, man. It almost is for me, if I'm being honest here. From above, there's a metallic whirring sound. What the Jesus? What is Dave doing here? Is this Dave? I'm confused. Ah, Daddy's home. You look up and Dirk is rappelling down the scaffolding at an alarming speed. What? Oh! Oh my god. Dirk. Look at Dirk, he's so precious. The jig is up, so we might as well wrap this stuff up. Dirk swings in, landing with both feet on the platform. He straightens and stares at you, chin up. Well, you think he's staring at you. He's wearing shades, which you expected. It's been real, and don't worry, I won't be far. Bro, I never am. Neither Dirk's hands nor his mouth are moving, but his voice is still playing over the speakers. What do you mean you can't... Bro, you can't recognize that that's Dave or something? Your smile is nervous and probably too full of teeth. What's going on? So you're the friendable alien I've heard about. I thought for a minute you already ate it, but I see you Peter Pan that stuff. I'm not impressed. Or unimpressed. He says this is the regular way with his mouth. It should put you at ease, but it does not. Does he not remember talking about that already? You tell him it's nice to talk face to face since you thought he didn't want to a minute ago when you first met. Oh, that wasn't me. What? Oh, you thought. Lol, wait, what? It wasn't? No, you just met a divergently evolved copy of my 13-year-old brain. Oh my god, it's one of his robots, bro. The use of the speaker system is new, but it makes sense he'd up his game for interfering with relationships I'm busy forging in 3D. I guess I should go ahead and be proud of him for it. Well, damn, okay. You guess you have no reason to believe that's not possible since... Wait, did he say relationship he's busy forging? Isn't that your whole thing? I was under the impression that you were here to befriend me. My friends haven't exactly kept quiet about you. I just figured you were saving the best for last. Oh, no, that's right. That is your thing. Yeah, of course, the best for last, man. You just thought he might be more of a challenge. Wait, are you friendship negging him right now? Is that what's happening? How did it come to this? I don't know, mailman. Oh, he looks nervous now. Well, hold on, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Okay then, never mind, you guess it's working, might as well roll with it. Don't have stuff this one just because I know the gig. I still expect you to friend woo the heck out of me. Blitz the heck out of my friendship chakra till I see the universe's heart through itself, and what have you. Buddy, you've been around the friendship block a time or two. He has no reason to worry. You have full confidence in your ability to show him the friendship time of his life. Oh, I'm ready. I have a list of my deepest secrets ready to unload on you right here, right now, if you think you can take it. He sure is talking a big game of preparedness, but you're not sure how true it all is. Every line of muscle in his body is held in excruciating placidity. You've never seen a jaw so purposefully unclenched. It's almost like he's begging you to call him on it. You do not call him on it. You're not sure how'd he get the idea that you could have this stuff, of all things. You'll just prove it to him with your deeds. It seems like that might be his love language. With that in mind, you hold your fist out for him to bump. Ah, yes, Daps, the universal sign of brohood, sacrosanct across all of space-time. You would be honored to give him his first. The corner of his mouth twitches, not quite a smile. Oh shoot, look at him, bro. We love Dirk. What kind of monster would I be to refuse you? Oh my. Oh! You do the thing. If he is having a moment about having touched another person for the first time, he isn't showing it, which is fine. Each at their own pace, right? So now that we've got that handled, what's next on the agenda? Do we leap straight into the heartful Q&A, or are we just doing an activity first? An activity? What is this, like a freaking thing in school? Man, what should you do next? You're not used to your friends giving you the third degree about your process, so you're a little out of step. You can't tell if he's genuinely curious or if he knows he's unbalancing you. Either way, it's intense. You look around for inspiration. Grilling? Nah, you're not a couple of dads. Oh, the high-tech scuba gear could be cool. The tingle of choice pricks at your neck. I'm not sure you have the musculature to hold that up, no offense. I didn't have your literal stick figure proportions in mind when I designed it, and it's built more for looks than weight efficiency, so I don't think you'd last long in it. You're not missing much, though. It's not particularly thrilling down there anyway. Oh, good point. What the heck? You can totally see yourself sinking like a stone, flailing your arms in a vain attempt at trying to look cool while swimming, clawing at the metal clasp to free yourself. Oh my. Zapping out as a last resort but misjudging the distance due to the distracting water in your mouth, it all going black as you wonder why you didn't learn better when you hung out with a fairy. What? Damn, that was a pretty detailed thought trail. Haha, weird. Anyway, you could just hang out at his place instead. The classic option, that works for me. You hold out your hand to zap him alongside you, but he doesn't take it. I'll meet you there. His inflection tilts up at the end, a sound shaped like a question he wants you to construe the meaning of yourself. What's the alternative? You piggyback right as he climbs on the way up? He shrugs. Yes, if you're up for it. I typically rocket board up, but a grueling climb is as good a way as any to kill a morning, so either way. You consider your options, as much as you want to see if he actually has it in him to beast you? Up the entire tower. Rocket boarding sounds, infinitely more fun. You tell him as much. Hop on, then. Oh! Bro. Oh my god. Unite synchronization, bro. Okay. He kicks it into place and fires it up, offering you his hand. You don't have anything to lose but another life, so you take it. Oh wow, this is cool, bro. Steadily but fast enough so you have to cling to his shirt for safety, you fly upward. He circles the tower a few times in no hurry to make it to the top. That or he's showing off? You don't think that's it, but you're still working it out. The confidence in the way his body moves now, the subtle shifts in weight to steer the machine, it all feels genuine. Like this is much more comfortable thing for him than the conversation was. The wind whips your face, there is sea in every direction. You land on the top of the tower, and he waits for you to hop down before doing the same, and then kickflips the rocket board in the quiescent. Okay. Here we are, home sweet home. I hope you prepared for just how homey this stuff is, too. I've had nothing but time to flex my massive decor muscles. Oh wow, look at his room, bro. So pretty. Whoa, with all the horses, man. What the heck? Okay. You follow him inside into his room, like you have with everyone else. It's full of his stuff, like Like everyone else, okay. Unlike everyone else, he leans against his workbench, calm and collected and clearly, with every fiber of his being waiting for your judgment. You wonder if it's weird how you can tell that about him, since it does seem like he's putting a lot of effort into the facade. You aren't sure if he's unpracticed at having an audience, or if you're just extra good at reading people by now. Maybe it's the shades that are messing with you. They're nothing new after Dave, but with Dirk, it's almost like he'd be less penetrable without them. You try and focus on the decor, as he clearly wants you to. What do we got going on? Oh, okay. There are themes of puppets, horses, robots, and musical equipment. It's got the post-ironic whimsy of Dave's style, which you figure makes sense considering in this universe's Dave had a hand in stalking it, but with a dash of Equius's unabashed taste. That's a bit of a surprise, but sure. Martha Stewart would fall to her knees weeping at her defeat, you tell him. Oh, good Jesus. Utterly destroyed by the Feng Shui. The Feng Shui and my Cinderblock placement. She'd retire on the spot, you say. The more you play off his jokes, the more he seems to loosen up for real, so you continue. Much better than a scuba diving trip already. What's down there anyway? The ruins of 21st century civilization, mostly. Oh, yeah, boring as heck. He pauses and tilts his head, considering. I wouldn't call them boring necessarily. It's more that I find it cosmically frustrating to swim in literally any radial mine and find nothing but the wasted leftovers of a dead city. Aside from being dependent on it as a source of food, the ocean mostly functions for me as a suffocating and inescapable natural barrier between me and the rest of human history. It's a constant lapping reminder of my situation, so I'm not often hyped to pile the decibars on. Not sure how well my deep personal beef with the imagery of the sea would land for you, but there it is. I think it might not be so offensive to me where the metaphor lies blatant. It's embarrassing. Anyway, there's the first of my layers off. Feels fresh. Let's keep going. What else have you got? It's a little unsettling how direct he's being about the friendship building process. But it's not like you haven't been categorically pushy to achieve that title with literally everyone you have memory of having met, so fair game. You're sure you can come up with some things you've been curious about, if he's ready to dive in the deep end, and if he'll forgive the continued aquatic figurative language? The love quadrangle? We don't need to talk about that, bro. The questionable settings on the robotic gift choice for his world would-be paramour, the differences of opinion on playing the game. He seems to be enjoying the theatricality. This is some big words. I can't. Theatricality of the friendship metagaming dance you're doing, so you amp it up for him. You clasp your hands behind your back and pace his room as you monologue, pausing for effect when the impulse strikes you. What are you doing, bro? As you talk, you consider which would be the right issue to end on, to really zing him into opening up. Maybe his feelings about his universe's Dave, or just for fun, maybe where the horse shit comes from. Depending on what you choose, you could end up with Lola's I am to interrupt this Ace Attorney monologue. Ace Attorney. I wouldn't touch that. What? What is happening? You look down at where you were about to dramatically place your hand, and there's a goddamn sword there. Haphazardly. Oh my god, I cannot say that word for the life of me. Stored in the hands of some freaking dead-eyed puppet. Is that Cal? We know him. Again, your brain careens down a fleeting path with accidental pressure, clean slice, blood, a lot of it, and leave the katanas for the big boys. Although if you want to touch a weapon, holy do I have an idea. Oh, he scoots by you and reaches into the corner of the room, coming up holding a really bad blue sword. What is that? Sword is a loose term though, and honestly holding is too. An object so bad you can barely focus on it. It's sort of clipping through his hands. He holds it out to you as best as he can. Is this music too loud, I wonder? It's kind of like blasting to me, but like not really, man? Okay. In the name of the succulent convergence of science and horse boldness, I need to see what happens when you touch this thing. You reach out and take it from his hands. It steadies under your grasp. Dirk hops up onto his workbench to sit and observe, and you slice it through the air a time or two. What just happened? Why are you laughing? I don't understand what happened. Absolutely goddamn incredible. Something about your narrative liminality and rudimentary form must allow you to actually wield this piece of trash artifact I inherited from my bro. The implications of this are likely jack freaking nothing, but it's still easily the best thing I've ever seen. He's leaning forward laughing, dimples carved into his freckled cheeks. Oh, so cute. There's a small twist in your heart about it, and you can't place why. It's because it's Dirk Schreider, okay, the best character in all of Homestuck, mailman. You're really just able to hold that thing. He clears his throat and settles down, adjusting his glasses. Thanks for that. Anyway, where were we? Oh, right, you were attempting to locate my weak points. Did you want to keep adding to the list or zero in on one option? So far, the short answers are 1. A quartet of teams with not a lot of choices, what do you expect? 2. Call up my autoresponder if you want us to hash that one out. 3. It's all under control. You guess it all boils down to the same general topic, really. His friends. And that's where this whole thing always ends up anyway, right? Especially since you're his pathway to being able to hang out with him right now. Dirk just shrugs. He's like, I don't really care about seeing him, I guess. Huh? You'd have thought he'd have a stronger opinion about that one. Doesn't he want to hang out with his friends? Doesn't he want to finally meet Jake? He wrinkles his face like you shoved a lemon in his mouth. Come on, dude. You can't just spirit me away to the person I want to see the most right off the bat. At least make me try and earn it first. He shifts his weight. The light from the window bounced off the choppy mirror of the ocean is bright against his back. Does he have to earn it? You mean, doesn't he think it's been hard enough already? His laugh this time is hollow. Is there a cap on that? You're not sure, but your whole existence is a series of cheat codes. So what else does he have? What else does he expect from you? You whip the sword around a few times to prove your point, but it kind of makes you dizzy to watch, so you put it back in the corner. And anyway, you know he'll cave at some point. How else is he gonna get to see them now that the game is off? He shrugs again. What? What? He does know they're not playing the game anymore, right? Like, they're even talking about a larger operation to shut the whole thing down for everyone on the planet. I know they think that's what's happening, but I'm not worried about it. They'll all play when the time comes. Really? How in the world does he know that? Last you checked with any of them, they had all moved on. I haven't gotten around to convincing them yet, but I will. It's clear that you've spent a lot of time with them, but they're my friends too. I think I know what they'll do. His dismissiveness is raising your hard-to-raise hackles. That's not really the point, though, you say. Won't trying to get them back on board just amp up the conflict in his friend group? And more importantly, why bother trying to make that choice for them? He doesn't even need the game anymore. You can just take him to see them. He can skip the machinations and just like hang out with his friends without having to prove anything to anyone. It's easy. Or maybe he wants to play the game for the game aspect too, bro. I don't know. The slight tightening of his eyebrows is the only thing that shows his frustration. The rest of him is still. The vowels in his drawl are slick and sharp, black ice on a curved country road. It's not that simple. Do you think I don't want to see him? Do you think I tear off a single page of my sweet bro and hella Jeff quote a day calendar without thinking about that? There are a lot of cards and a lot of hands here, which I'm not sure you're truly appreciating the importance of. I can't just fold mine and hope your stuff works out instead. Things are in motion. Things have been in motion since before I was born. You can't just stop them without massive fallout. Yeah, you're not saying you know all the answers, just that you know some of them, and you feel like he could trust you a little bit. He looks at you like you slapped him. What the heck? Trust you. Well, yeah. A weak puff of air leaves his mouth as he shakes his head. This entire morning has been an exercise in trust. Has it? Dirk is still for a minute. He's probably still staring at you behind those shades. When he speaks again, his voice is steady, but the room is heavy with every ounce of tension he's suppressing. Okay, let's sketch this out. What are the parameters of mobility that would count if the ones I'm extending don't? You were just freewheeling there, but you guess you gotta come up with something concrete for him. Okay, how's this? He does all this dangerous scuba diving and sword fighting and rocket boarding stuff that could go sideways at any moment, but he wouldn't even let you zap him? There's an example. Okay, mailman, chill. Okay, yes, that's true. I want to be the only one in charge of endangering my own life, you got me. But trust isn't only meaningful if it's given completely or in terms of physical safety. I've been preparing myself for this, for you, ever since I heard you were making the rounds. I was ready to. He trails off, shaking his head. His wordlessness seems to frustrate him more than anything you've said. He seems really unpracticed at getting riled up, and you wonder how often someone pushes his buttons like this. You're not really sure how the two of you got to this point. Argumentative isn't your main mode either, and you can tell you pushed it too far. Like you were arguing with Jake, bro. You need to chill, man. Never mind. Here. Uh, uh. He hops off the workbench, rolls his shoulders, and grabs your hand. Do it. You don't ask where, you pick somewhere close by, but scary enough for his thrill seeker self to feel like it was worth the effort. Oh, this doesn't seem good. The air up at the top of the tower on Dirk's roof is calmer than you have thought it would be. He drops your hand and steps back, leaning against the landing. Crushed it. See, sometimes trying new stuff and trusting people with your well being can be fine. Sometimes all you need is a friend to prove to you that they have your back. Dirk scrunches his face up like you're embarrassing him. You mean it empirically speaking. It seems like what just happened is solid proof that. Okay, yeah, I get it, thanks. He's smiling so you don't push into that thank you. But you do wonder, after a minute of looking out over the ocean with him, if it's time to scoot things along. You aren't in a hurry, really, but you were getting somewhere before, even if it was a little uncomfortable. He's trying. Maybe harder than anyone has actively tried to befriend you yet. The fact that you think that is still sort of funny to you, but maybe Dirk isn't this transparent to everyone. Maybe it's just you and your nonstop thirst to know people. How much has this boy wanted to be known? You remember your earlier skepticism about him and laugh to yourself. You haven't had to make yourself try to like him at all. You just do. Weird, uptight stuff and everything. There's a lot of dirt going on in there, but you're ready to try and understand him more. It's what you do. So you press on. Try one more time to convince him to drop the idea of playing the game. Bro, let him play the game if he wants to, man. I mean, it's not up to us, okay? Let's talk about something else. What? What is this? What, bro? Is this Homestuck 2 coming at us live, bringing Chinese alive every single day they jive? Okay, Parappa the Rapper reference, anyways. Holy, this is excruciating. I keep thinking if I ignore this bullness, it will sort itself out, but Christ, I don't need to see this. No one needs to see this. What the heck? Huh? Wait, can he not hear? You stopped the choice train once before yourself, but you've never been interrupted by someone else. I thought we were having a chill bro moment until just now. I have no clue what you're talking about. I can't believe I was ever this pathetic. Oh my god. Dirk, you had all day, every day to do nothing but get swole in both body and mind, and this is how you spent your time, looking wistfully out at the sky? No wonder you're out here falling for this friendships weak. No, he called us a simp. Oh my god. Oh my god, what? Once again, you find yourself looking around for a Dirk who is nowhere to be found. Regular Dirk, who you were finally getting somewhere with, is looking at you like you lost your last marble. Dirk really doesn't hear that. It sounds like him, just like older and meaner. No, dude, are you okay? Fine, if your meager little brain needs me to assume corporeal form in order to process this, I'll do it. What the heck just happened? What? Ah! What the heck? Whoa, bro, this is crazy. This is crazy, bro. Oh my god. Hello, Dirk from Homestuck 2. This man is, wow. Wow, he really, whoa, this song, though. This song, bro. Brown, 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 brown. Bro, it's like freaking beatdown, but remixed, bro. Feast your eyes. Holy Jesus! Holy Jesus. Sup, Dirk? I'll get to you in a minute. I have to deal with this little meddler first. He turns to you and you step back reflexively. Your eyes flick to your Dirk, who is staring, mouth slack at his older self. Bro, this music just got way louder. But it's so cool. I love the music. Oh my god. But Dirk, you should be like freaking out right now. This Dirk, I've let you piss around for far too long. To be fair to myself, which is important, I have had a lot on my plate. Creating a whole species from scratch isn't child's play. Wow, is he coming from us from Homestuck 2? Like, literally the last chapter? He's like, I'm with Rose trying to create a new species to play the new game. Bye! So I let this go on, figuring you'd screw up and die for real. But you keep coming back and it's getting out of hand. So the plan is this: let my man Dirk do his thing. You screw off and let people live their arcs. I clean up your mess and then go back to being God, while this timeline continues on as it's supposed to. Are we good? Jesus, alternate timelines and multiple selves aren't anything particularly new to you, you think, but you still don't know what got so far up his blank here. No, we're not good. You were in the middle of something, a sacred rite of friendship to be screwed up by no one but yourself. You don't know what kind of stuff the future holds, but that isn't your preview, or purview, okay? This is, and he's the one interrupting that. You really want to go against this man? Oh my god, I can't work like this. You have to understand the scale we're working with. He flicks you upside the temple, and you feel instantly like your brain got strapped to the nose of a rocket ship on liftoff. Just from that, okay. Oh my god! See, this is how you celebrate 413, guys. You see a young man standing in his bedroom. Wait, you know him. Oh my god, it's all of Homestuck coming at us live, bringing Chinese alive every single day we jive. Oh my god. Your eyes roll back in your head and you feel his story rush into you panel by panel, page by page. Some of it you remember from when you were trapped in Doc Scratch's apartment, and other stuff is new, raw, and sweet, and sickening. What, you mean the epilogues, my dude. Honks and caws and glubs and bluzz froth together in a synaptical transmutation of an unholy cultural zeitgeist that jolts through you like light, blasting down your cerebral cortex and out through your clenched teeth. When it's done, you collapse to the floor. Oh god, you remember it. You remember Homestuck! It's all so fresh, too. So many of your friends dead, some of them more than once. Dang, oh my god. Dirk! You open your eyes and Dirk is standing over you, his hand on your shoulder. Which one? Okay. Okay, this Dirk. Oh god, you're alive. You were starting to freak me out. Almost as much as shredded and deranged me over there is freaking me out, but let's just take this all a step at a time. Anyway, now that you're up, what just happened? Future me was being a real cryptic while you were conked out. Oh my god. Patience is a virtue, Dirk. I just had to get our time traveling buddy informed first so they can make the right call. Okay, you don't know where to begin. You look at Dirk's face, not even trying to hide his concern for you, and holy, you care about him. Of course we care about Dirk. I love Dirk. I love you, and I love you. You cared about him before you knew every tiny screwed up detail about his life, and now, with the reminder of where his story leads, leaning smudgely against the railing, you find you still do. He's intense and pushy and profoundly complicated, and right now he is helping you to your feet. His hands steady and firm on your back as you find your balance. You look back and forth between the two of them, trying to organize your thoughts as Dirk waits for you to respond. This isn't as simple as an evil Dirk and a good one. If you've learned anything from your travels, it's that everyone has the capacity for hurt inside them, and everyone the capacity for love. It's just a matter of proportion, of choice, of circumstance, of time. And if you're being fair, of interpretation too. Part of you wants to grab Dirk and run, to save him from this trajectory he's on. But then, if you claim that level of control, are you really any better than Ultimate Dirk is himself? Who the heck are you to make these choices for other people? What gives you the right to wrench canon from the people it belongs to, the people it is about? Why does it always, always, always come back to you making a choice? Go ahead and answer him. I'll correct you if you get anything wrong, don't worry. Oh, you bet he will, you say. Oh my god. No doubts there. You pause your internal debate, take a deep breath, and explain things to your friend. This is the Mega Dirk, the combo of all splinters of Dirk, fermenting in his flesh container and not holding on to his stuff nearly as well as he likes to pretend. Are you trying to call him out, bro? Ultimate Dirk Tuss. You wish. You ignore him and continue explaining. Ultimate Dirk has done a lot of genius stuff to the people he used to care about, to the people Dirk cares about. And he just brainwashed you with memories you used to have of, among other things, everything that will ever happen to Dirk and to his friends in the future, all in order to convince you to keep everything on that path. He wants the same thing Dirk just finished arguing with you about wanting, a future where they play the game. Dirk is still staring at Ultimate Dirk. Well, of course he is. You keep going, telling him you know it might be far-fetched from his vantage point, but this is a path he goes on. Dirk finally speaks. No, I can see it. I mean, if anyone was going to pull, and I'm you but stronger, it would be me of all people combined. Exactly. So now we should all be on the same page, vis-a-vis what? What we all need to do. Which starts with this flat guy going back to wherever they came from, and the rest of us going back to our regularly scheduled programming. God, you can't even look at this guy, you think, as you look at him. He's so smug. I like him. Trapped so far down the path he's planned for himself that he can't even entertain the idea that he could be wrong without it tearing him apart. The more you look at him, the more you can't stand him. Prince of Heart Pastor, destroying everything you worked to make. God! Forget all the stuff you worried about before. How dare you let yourself be convinced he could be right? Your allegiance is not to the story, but to the people within it, no matter what. Do you have a plan for how to protect your friends without the tenets of canon? No. Do you give a single anything? Also, no. He looks mad. You know he could end you immediately, but you feel free by the number of times you've died. You do not fear him. He's not your concern. You turn to, I guess, this Dirk. You're sorry, you say, but screw this guy. Don't listen to him. Everything you just remembered, all the stuff he was using to prove his point, it only makes you even more sure of what you said before, that Dirk can still be happy without all that. He doesn't have to play the game to beat it. Wow, listen to them trying to boss you around like that, Dirk. I'll tell you what you don't do. Don't for a second think I'm too far gone to remember what it's like to be you. Don't pretend you haven't wanted to know what I know, to align every part of yourself until you know it all, feel it all. Don't be afraid of becoming who you need to become. The ends always justify the means, Dirk. We know this. Screw that. You're sorry to yell, but never yell this much, but screw that. This piece of trash can't bear the thought of a timeline existing without his influence or even his worldview that everything has to be painful to matter. Things aren't already painful enough. He doesn't have to work overtime to create more pain just so he can feel like he's in control of how much punishment he gets and how badly he deserves it. Because Dirk doesn't deserve it, you say, and you look at the one you meant it for. He's not looking back at you. He's looking at Ultimate Dirk, and there's something about the soft fallen arch of his eyebrows that just folds you up and eats you whole. It's longing like you've never seen in your life, deep and consuming with the silver glint of loathing. He's going to drown in it if you don't do something. What could you do, you wonder? You care about him, and he does about you to a degree. You know Dirk now, and you know how he loves through its fierce to a definite fault. He does not do it easily. You're not the one who can get him through this. He hasn't known you long enough, but you can be a bridge. But to whom? Part of you wants to test out a few things, to throw a couple friends at the wall and see what sticks. That doesn't sit right with you right now, though. It's messy, and you know Dirk would hate having his feelings experimented on like that. I don't get what you're getting at here, mailman. I mean, this is crazy. Even after all this, you find yourself not wanting to do that to him. Thank God for your side ability to animate monologue to yourself in your head without time passing too quickly. Because you really need to think this one through. You have to pick one single person to help convince him he doesn't need what Ultimate Dirk is offering. Jake? God, no, not right now. He'd be eaten alive by Ultimate Dirk, and you can't do that to him. He's your friend too. Maybe a wild card? Someone Dirk doesn't know but could get along with? Equius? He's like Dirk if Dirk liked to get bossed around, so they might get along great actually. Though you need someone who can tell Dirk what to do in this moment, so then again, maybe not. This thing is crazy. Yeah. You can't hedge your bets and bring everyone, because that just overwhelms him. Plus, there's no budget or time for that. The answer punches you hard in the chest, and you're about to sneak away to find them when Ultimate Dirk speaks up. Oh god. That was a touching rant you just gave. Very compelling. You know what? Fine. Do what you do best and choose. Steal him away to obscurity or leave him to his destiny. I'm not worried. In fact, as a show of trust in my younger splinter, I'll even screw off myself until go time. On the 1 in a million chance you do actually get him to go with you, there's no way that's gonna be a good end. We all know he'd regret it. He'll second guess if it was the right thing every day of his life until he realizes what a flaccid existence he's leading. But by then it'll be too late. Do your worst. Oh wow, that was interesting looking. Like it was when he came. Okay. The music is back to normal, but I like the other one better, low key. Okay. There's a jolt and then he's gone. I guess we can turn it back up then since we're back on this one. There's a beat of silence where you try to work out how to act normal, now that you know what you know, but thankfully he speaks first. Are all your hangouts this freaking wild, or did you just really pull out all the stops for me? Well, you were about to pull out another when Ultimate Dirk just blasted off like that. It's not too late though if he'll agree to at least hear you out. Well then, by all means continue pulling. Let's see where this one takes us. You'll be right back, you tell him. I'll be right here just chilling and contemplating existence in my place in it, no worries. The zap this time is even more disorienting than your sideways universe zaps. What are we? You know why, though, since you know everything. You're not sure you're supposed to be here. What is this cat doing? Stop it. Well, Ultimate Dirk already accused you of screwing stuff up, so why not screw it up a little harder? Uh, you want to go pick up this person, and specifically this version of this person. The version you made friends with already isn't ready to meet Dirk yet, probably, but thanks to your recent mind freak, you remember that this one, having lost his Dirk, might be a little more interested. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are we like in the freaking Earth? No, is it Earthsea? No, that was the freaking epilogues, bro. The freaking candy epilogue. That's what I'm thinking of. Oh no. Oh my god. This is that timeline when Dirk freaking offed himself by jumping off the freaking building with the rope and he like freaking decapitated himself. Aha, Dirk reference, aha. And then Dave was like, bro, that's pretty messed up, bro. But he was like, I don't want to time travel because he probably did it for a reason. So, you know, that's what I'm getting from this. I mean, who else would this dude be? Or version of Dave? Whoa, what the heck are you? Okay, that answers that question. You guess you screw things up to the point that the candy timeline is not the same as the one you were making friends in before. This is probably the stuff Ultimate Dirk is so bent out of shape and fixing. Well, it is what it is. You didn't have time to come up with your elevator pitch, but you work best at full power to empathy. Zero the planning, so here you go. Hey, you tell him. Sorry to intrude, but you have a pretty big favor to ask of him. You know he doesn't know you, but you know an alternate version of him that lives outside canon. You met and went to Olive Garden and made friends and you promise you're legit. Bro, you said Olive Garden, you got me. That's like a magic word to get me to trust you implicitly. Don't spread that around though. Also, you look like someone ironed the mayor, so that's like 1,000,000 more points in your favor. For a moment. And I am doing something else that's useful all day, bro. Or any day to be real with you. So what's the favor? Okay, great. The favor is that you need to borrow him for like a quick minute so he can help you have a conversation with your universe's Dirk. At the sound of Dirk's name, he goes still. See, Dirk's convinced he needs to take the advice of yet another universe's way crazier Dirk and retcon your whole friendship mission so that they can go off and make canon happen, which ends pretty badly for a lot of people. Your friends. I mean, that's just how Homestuck goes, my dude. You can't change Homestuck. I mean, involved. And now that you know that, you really want him to just side with you and let everyone chill and hang out and live their lives. And you're not sure of all the details about that will work, of how it will work yet. But the point is that Dirk, I'm in. Great, sick, yes, okay. You take his hand and off you go. Oh my god, this is weird. Awkward moments. I like your fit though. Like you got the like original stuff you wore, then you got your God tier hoodie though. That looks pretty legit. Okay. When you pop back, Dirk is standing how he was when you first met him, casually braced for emotionally fatal impact. There is a moment where Dirk and Dave just stare at each other down, like neither of them are fully ready to register the reality of the other. You really hope this works because it's your Hail Mary. Sup? Holy man, I didn't think invoking the name of Olive Garden would have this much effect, but here we are. Come on down to the Olive Garden and get your free breadsticks. I mean, sup? Yeah, sup. Oh wow, they're hugging each other. Oh my. Dave pulls him into a short back thumping bro hug, which Dirk weathers like a wet cat, not trusting a towel to dry him off. I mean, he doesn't even know, like, Dave straight up. I mean, I don't know, bro. It's crazy. So, so, I'll be real with you. We've already had a version of this first meeting combo, and we used, like, a lightning round conversational mechanism to get stuff popping. But I get the feeling we don't have time for all that right now, so I'll skip a few steps for you. Our little mutual friend here says you got options. Well, they seem to think I do, but I'm not convinced. You have any opinions about it? Sure do. I mean, I'd do anything this little pal suggested after what they just did for me, but like, what's even the situation? They don't want you to play Spurb and some other you does. There's a little more to it than that, but yes, that's the gist. You watch them chat. This is good, you think. Good, but you're not sure it's enough. You think Dirk is your friend now, but the more you think about it, the weirder the word feels in your brain. Friendship means something different to everyone you've met. Safety, fun, a wake-up call, a person to talk to. You hope that for at least some of them, you've helped them see what is lovable inside themselves. You look at Dirk and wonder if he'll be one of those. He's being so polite to Dave, he must be afraid. Does Dirk even believe others can, of their own volition, love him? You tune back in. Man, if you wanted to argue about canon, you should have asked your bro here to get, like, anybody else to come along. That stuff's not my forte, but it seems to me that it's not some immutable bastion of narrative sanctity. It's just some stuff, It's just some stuff some boldness said and did, and some choices they made. Okay, well, if I don't follow the plan, beat the game, and get to where you are now, how do I know my choices will still matter? I don't know, man. You're not in my timeline anymore because of a choice you made a while back, so my mileage might vary a bit. Dirk shifts backward. You wish he looked more surprised about it. Oh, yeah. I don't want to waste your time or anything. Just getting to talk to you is worth it, so I don't know, do what you gotta do, but like coming from me, a guy who could have done some stuff differently himself. At least try to trust your friend. I know you don't like believing this stuff, but maybe listen to the people who like you for you because they mean it. I'm rambling now, so I guess if I had one thing to say to you, it'd just be it's okay to not have all the answers. Yeah, that's what I tell you. Dirk nods. So, I'm processing that a lot. But I also cannot go any further in this conversation without telling you that our little friend is liminal enough to actually be able to hold the sword. Oh, holy. Yo, what? Oh, wow. Dave, huh? Okay, bringing guns to a knife fight here. I didn't expect this level of underhanded maneuvering from you, but I'll respect the play. Doesn't matter anyway. I've come back with my own cheat. This is crazy. We got Strider fam on deck. Sorry for the delay. I had to deal with some stuff on my end. New plan. Forget us all going our separate ways to fix stuff. Dirk, you're coming with me. Your friend was right about one thing. Things don't need to go back to the way they were. Bum 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 bum. But not for any lame reason like the power of love. I have bigger plans than that. I promise you this limp excuse for a friend doesn't measure up to all the stuff I can show you. Will show you. Sure, it might hurt to leave your friends behind at first, and sure, you'll miss out on Jake's carnal charms, but that emptiness will fade when you realize the true power we have. Wait, what is he doing? He's taking him somewhere? Ultimate Dirk extends his hand, his cape billows obnoxiously behind him. Oh no, he's going to take him. I mean, I guess you can. I mean, it is you. Dirk looks at you, then at Dave. Dang, dang, they were almost there. You have no time left to waste. You close your eyes and will the choice to come to you. Stop him. Don't stop him. One of those has to work, right? You don't feel confident. You look at Dirk and it hits you. Ultimate Dirk was maddeningly right. It won't work if there's room for Dirk to regret it. You're not sure either of you would ever be certain it was the right choice unless you let Dirk choose it for himself. No more telling him what to do. No more telling anyone what to do. When you feel the choice pricking at you, you turn it outward. You flip the power in your belly inside out and give the weight of it up, for a moment, to him. You wait to see what Dirk does with the thing whirring in him. Oh, we need to turn this up, bro. Oh my god, it's Unite Synchronization! Bro, this music is lit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. You see it manifest in his brain and in yours, and your stomach plunges. It feels rigid from the start. There's no way Dirk will choose you, and Dave, when he's gone and framed it like that. God damn it. Too late to change anything yourself. You wait for Dirk to choose. We're playing as Dirk, guys! Well, Charlie's like, no, you can't save your game. Trust yourself or trust them. Who is them? You mean all of us? Oh my god. Just trust yourself, Dirk. I don't know. I mean, it is you. Wait, no, did you mean this you? Wait, no! Oh god. Oh wait, no. Can I redo? I don't know if this is right though. I don't know, bro. Do. Dirk turns to you, apology already on his face. No. You can tell where this is going and you hate it. So it's not you, it's me. Is levity helpful? Probably not, but I'm doing my best. It's not that this hasn't been a good time. I didn't expect to achieve this level of metatextual mind freak during our hangout, but I've really enjoyed it. This is a day I would not have thought was possible. He stops to hold his fist out to Dave, who, after a pause, bumps it with his own. He must know, too. He turns away. Everything Dirk is saying feels forced to you, like he's trying to convince himself as much as he is you. Still, you know you've lost. And I have you to thank for it. I'd go so far as to consider you my friend, even. And if you frame your relative success or failure on having formed a friendship, you can call this a good end. But he trails off, turning to walk towards ultimate Dirk. As much as fun as this is me we're talking about here. There's no contest. I have to know. It was always gonna be you and me, Dirk. The two of them stand side by side, twin smirks on their faces. Dirk is almost believable. Goodbye. Oh, heck no. You curl up into yourself a hunched ball on a tall tower on a single apartment in the middle of the sea. Your brain disconnects from the sounds of their conversation and ultimate Dirk's likely victory monologue, the static of their exit. No. This is the wrong ending. No. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Okay? When I said trust himself, I thought he meant his actual self. I didn't know he meant freaking Dirk Ultimate Homestuck 2 Dirk. That never happened, guys. He's going to trust us. Sorry, man. Your heart drops and then you see who he's looking at. Guess you can call this one the bad end, yeah? Luckily for you, there's almost definitely another of me that can't wait to sell a 7 seeds of story with you or something. He licks his lips and raises his chin, braced for ultimate Dirk to challenge his call. I assume with your huge freaking brain, you can see that happening as we speak, yes? So no need to be a sore loser now. Be good to that me, will you? Treat him right? As right as he wants me to, I promise. Anyway, I did say 1 in a million odds, so statistically, you have to wuss out at least once. It's freaking gross to experience. A good thing it'll get totally assimilated into other versions of this conversation. Now's not really the time to play the actually, it's usually just a binary card. You don't want to complicate that particular issue for him, so you let it lie. Okay. You step forward, shoulder brushing Dirk's. Don't gloat, it's gosh. Okay. Enjoy your moment of irrelevance before this one goes down the drain. Deuces. Yes, hell yes. You stop your celebration when you notice that Dirk is a little shaky. Holy, what did I just do? This future you have in the works better be a good one, my dude. Are you kidding me? They got it on lock. Oh, he knows it. You don't tell him you don't know every single detail yet, but you understand yourself now. You'll work it out when you need to. You always do. It's okay, you think. If Dirk is a little afraid. It comes with the territory when you let people in, and he'll have even more practice with that as soon as you can zap up some more company. It won't be smooth sailing though, you warn him. As long as we move past the sailing metaphor, you can jack that difficulty level up as high as you like. Oh, are we anti-ocean here? Oh yeah, extremely. Screw water, am I right? It's all about apple juice. Dirk turns his head slightly, and you know he's looking at you. He smiles, and you know he gets it. It's not about this being the real timeline or the fake one, the hard one or the easy one. It's about it being his if he wants it. Which you realize as you watch him turn back to laugh along with Dave. He does. Oh, heck yes, brothers. Whoo! See, it all worked out. Look at the mailman. We're all chilling, man. We got freaking Dave from alternate timeline. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at all this. Oh, I can't even friggin'. Oh, wait. I guess I finished, so I can't even save. Okay. The air between you and the two of them opens up like a wound in the universe, and you feel yourself being pulled toward it. You see him in there too, that bastard. As Ultimate Dirk pulls you through, you can only conceptualize as a tear in the narrative. A tear, a tear. You turn and look at Dirk and Dave. This is sure to lead to some boldness, and you need to confirm that they're still intact. You aren't sure where you're going next, but you don't want them to worry. As the hole starts to reseal itself with them on the other side, you give them a thumbs up. The universal signal of reassurance that things are okay. You'll be back, maybe. Neither of them are strangers to either the intricacies of plot of shenanigans, so they return it in unison. You did it! You got him a good end. Dirk Strider is your friend, you think, as you fall through nothingness. Dave can take it from here. Wait, you're not gonna take Dave back to his, time, though? That's gotta... I mean, how is he supposed to get back, low-key? Okay, guess that sword isn't just for show. He really knows how to use it. You go flying out of frame, out of this volume, and straight into the epilogue. What the... The music playing. I don't think you can hear it, but it's like... It's weird. We'll leave it up, though. No, not the epilogue. God, this is impossible. You can't believe you are the main character of such a stupid story. He launches you straight into the post-game. Final chapter? Afterward? Or wait, afterward? Lard. Both of them look weird. Oh my god. Anyway, he launches you into the afterward, which seems to just be the drifting gray place between universes. But this time you aren't standing in the corridor. You are hurtling along it like a protagonist-shaped missile. This is not going to end well. Sorry, T-posing god person, this really isn't your fault. Actually, that's an A pose. Yeah, it didn't really look like a T-pose to me either, man. Common mistake. Just trying to help. You brace for whatever hellish experience is waiting for you when you hit the event horizon. What? Ah! you know? Your whole body aches, not physically, more thematically. Like you just got slapped straight into the meta narrative and body back to the beginning. Oh, oh, are you literally at the beginning? Did you forget everything again? I would hate that, bro. Quick, hemostrectum, trolls, incestuous slurry, Becquerel, the freaking madrigogs, truth, relevance, and essentiality. Whew, you remember. So here you are again. You guess it makes sense that Doc Scratch was behind it all in the end. Maybe he and Ultimate Dirk have been working together this whole time? I highly doubt that. Hey, you round, shiny son of a crazy person, show yourself. You receive no response. The plush green room is still. In the corner, the clock has stopped. It's nice seeing the mailman like this. Crazy. Wait, what was that? The sound of a struggle drifts from deeper in the house. Oh, balls. Is Spade Slick here to beat the blank out of Doc Scratch? But you thought that happened at the beginning of the game? Maybe you really have been transported back to square one. Oh, God. But nothing is on fire. Spade Slick sets the place on fire, right? Dang, why do so many things happen in this goddamn comic? There are just so many details to remember. That is very true. You follow the sound of the ruckus, turning a corner down a long, wood-paneled hallway. A door stands open at the end of it, where two people appear to be locked in an intense struggle. Let's do like a weird voice for this. Hey, listen, we can talk about this. You edge closer to the corridor. The mirrors on the walls watch you like eyes. Clearly, I made some bad decisions. I'll grant you that. The man currently hanging on to the door jamb for dear life both sounds and looks familiar, but you are actually kind of having a hard time focusing on him. It makes your head swim. Okay, yes, I agree that I need to take a break, but please don't put me in here with that wolf head. It's out for my blood. I don't know if I can hold it out for that long. The second figure, a woman maybe, appears unmoved by the man's pleas. You have no idea what's going on here, but one thing you do know is you can't just allow random bras to throw dudes in the rooms against their will. I guess. Hey! You shout down the corridor. Both the man and the woman turn and look at you. The combined power of their gaze forces you to your knees. It hits you in the same tender place that Ultimate Dirk Strike had, right in the narrative. The woman takes the chance to shove the man into the room and slams the door. Oh, wow.
Sorry about that. He won't bother us anymore.
What, there's an actual voice? What if there were voices the whole time and we just didn't realize? The sound of her voice vibrates all the way into your skull. It's her, the T-posing woman. I mean, A-pose. She's the one who's been doing this to you, who's been stopping you from going back to visit your friends, who's been manipulating you, just like Doc Scratch did. They just look like a weird version of Hussy, bro.
Oh, come on. I'm not that bad. At least I hope I'm not. By the way, unmute me if you haven't bothered to already.
Maybe I'll make you a little bit louder. Well, that's about it, brother.
The music in this section rules.
Oh, maybe.
Besides, voiceover in Ren'Py is extremely annoying. Did you know you have to save every line as a different .ogg file? I didn't even know what a .ogg file was until our programmer explained it to me.
I like my voice for her better.
Actually, wow, this is a huge pain in the ass. Let's go back to text only.
What? No! What's that clicking noise? No! Bro, come on. Now people already have what your voice is supposed to sound like in their head. So when I do mine, it won't be the same, bro. Whatever. That's better. You're falling to pieces. Every part of your body is literally sliding apart and falling into the others. It's just like being hit by the house juju. So they had that whole entire setting thing just for this one part of the game, just the voice setting. Okay. Your corporeal form is not meant for this much meta-narrative boldness. You just aren't made for it. Come on, you're fine. She paps you on the cheek and suddenly it's true. You're fine. She's made it so. She must be magic. Not quite. Get up, king. You do slowly. For some inexplicable reason, you are more scared of her than you've been of Ultimate Dirk, or of Doc Scratch, or anyone else. You have a feeling that she might be the real danger here. I guess. She laughs. It's not a villainous laugh, but it's not exactly a nice one either. I guess that's fair. I'm definitely not a hero. Or maybe I am a hero, and the dude I just shoved into that cupboard with the wolf head is the real villain. Or it's the other way around and evil has triumphed. You tell her that you don't remember her from the comic you read. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you wouldn't. Don't worry about it. You can call me the director. And you're right, all of this is my fault. All of this? Yeah, I'm the reason you couldn't reach your friends, and I'm the reason your memories got wiped. Well, we see who the trash person is then. What? Why? Why would she do that? Because I wanted to try something, and it wouldn't have worked if you hadn't gone in with an open mind. Could you really have made friends with any of these kids if you'd known what they had waiting for them at the end of the line? I guess you're right. Your snap response is an overwhelming yes, of course you could, but you can make friends with anyone. But you know deep down that it isn't true. Could you really have looked John in the eye if you'd seen him get bored by a video game monster and then lose his virginity in the back of his dad's car before literally dying? Oh. Could you have talked to Jay like a normal person if you knew she was going to grow up to be a half-dog goddess? Could you have resisted throwing Rose and Kanaya together the first chance you got? Could you have handled becoming friends with Equius, Nepeta, or Feferi, knowing what was coming for them? God. Could you have stood to be in the same room as Gamzee or Aridin? I know, bro. They were freaking murdering people in Act 5. That was crazy. Right? I mean, right. Making friends with people when we know how their story ends. This is something we're equipped to do. It's like meeting a celebrity. Hard to be normal. You tell the director that you don't think any of this is very normal. She laughs. Yeah, you're smart. That's why I like you, MSPA reader. Who? That's not your name. Your name is. Hey, come on, leave something for the sequel. The sequel? What would the sequel even be? Just us going back to everyone being like, oh yeah, we're in a random timeline. Ooh, whip Nene. The truth is, I used you, and I'm sorry for that, but I'm also not sorry. Because these kids were born to suffer, that's what they're for. I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. Destiny wrapped its thick, inky tentacles around them and pulled them into a story without happy endings. Well, ain't that tough? But you changed that. You gave them a chance to grow up. Wait, you did that? But you remember the other story, the real story. The one that just ended with everything falling to blank. Are you saying all of that didn't happen? What? Now what happened? Well, it didn't actually happen because none of this is happening. Creator's all the way down and such like. But you made this story, and nobody can take that away from you. Oh my god, shut up. I can't handle this anymore. What up? It's me, Dirk, the best character in Homestuck. What's up? The director looks, for the first time, just a little bit worried. She covers it up quickly, however, and regains her placid stance of neutral indifference. You want a real villain? This guy right here. What? He's not a villain. Come on. We just hit his law. Oh, wait. Okay. This is so freaking stupid, even for all of you. I'm aware of that. How dare you? You gonna lecture me on audacity? Come on, man. You're not even real. And yet you keep talking to me. Ooh! Okay. Wow, you feel like you shouldn't be here for this, possibly? You always feel kind of awkward when authority figures fight. I'm not here for her, I'm here for you. We weren't done talking. Then why did you cut the damn UI in half? I got a little overzealous. It happens. Sorry about that, by the way. You shrug. Whatever. You've had worse. Still, you don't feel very well disposed towards this guy at this point, knowing all the garbage he's done and will probably keep doing. Although you aren't sure if the director is any better. I'm much, much better than him. Very funny.
See? See what I can do? Can Dirk Strider do this? Can he talk with an actual human voice?
If you want to give him a voice, I'll be very happy. Aw. Well, isn't this whack? Get screwed. See? Come on. You're at least a little happy to see me. Why is this cat meowing, bro? Like, what do you want I didn't get? Bro, this cat, bro. Stop flexing at me. I have a wife. For a man so devoted to swords, don't you think it's going against your character to have such enormous guns? What, these? Oh, they're not mine. It's an artifact of the medium. What? I'd say thanks, but I feel like you all got more out of it than me. Stop flirting with my audience, you anime mother freak. Hey, you're in charge. I wouldn't look like this if you didn't want me to. I actually let the artist have a lot of creativity license. That is true, though. Nice evasion. Shut up, man. Okay, this boldness doesn't matter. What does matter is that you. He directs his anime gaze back at you. This isn't just about Dirk anymore. You're zapping around and ruining everything. I seriously can't even begin to unravel the utter saccharine boldness you've created. You have absolutely decimated everyone's character arcs and motivation. Seriously, Aridin got a gender arc? Come on, man. There's actually plenty of seeding for that storyline in the comic proper. Aridin's relationship to femininity is really. Do you realize what you've done here? You've completely stolen their destinies from them. You guess you did. But now they've got a chance to be actual teenagers and grow up in a world that isn't trying to murder them constantly. Well, Alternia is still doing that. But at least they won't be in a hostile video game environment. I guess, Mailman. You've ruined them. But they're happy. Happy people don't get stories told about them. That isn't true. That can't be true. You look to the director for help. Surely she knows what to say. After all, this happened on her watch. She isn't looking at you. She's looking at the ground. She knew what she was doing the whole time. She knew how it would have to shake out. When were you planning to tell them? I was getting there. She knows that the prince knows what he's talking about. Nobody has thought more about causation and narrative flow than he has. Dang, you shake your head. For a second there, it felt like things got a little screwy. Hey! Oh. She claps her hands in Ultimate Dirk's face. Cut that stuff out. Leave them alone. Then stop wasting my time. She sighs. Fine. She appears to gather herself, folding her hands in front of her like she is about to recite a poem. Ahem. This has been a really interesting experiment, and I'm glad we got to do it, man. You know, man, I've definitely learned a lot. But look, I need you to go back and give that beta to John. Because without that, they never play the game. The story never gets told. You never read the story. You were never there. Wait. Isn't this just another timeline, a Doom timeline or whatever? That's what I've been saying. The director shakes her head. No, it's a retcon. What you be doing here will be turning the Alpha timeline into a Doom timeline. Oh, no, senorita, no. And since the story has technically ended and started again, and then ended and then started again so many times, switching tracks at this point will corrupt it beyond recognition. You would cause a paradox so catastrophic that it would literally tear the multiverse apart. You mean like the scratch? Worse than the scratch, this will be the blackout. Utter ruin. But wait, You already threw the beta in the in the sewer. Shouldn't this have already happened? This utter ruin? No, because you still have the power to go back and change it. If you decide not to act, then we have to worry. Why do I have to do it? Why can't y'all do it? You look back and forth between Ultimate, Dirk, and the director, trying to find a way out. Some indication that they're screwing with you. They don't seem to like each other much, but they do appear to be joined in their insistence that this utter ruined bullness is going to happen unless you, why us, betray all your friends, unravel everything you did here. Bro, I'm sorry to disappoint you, mailman, but I feel like even if you chose not to do it, it would still happen because Homestuck 2 is still ongoing. What was the point of doing any of this if you were always going to end up to have to lose it all in the end? The director shrugs. Everyone is shrugging in this one. What's the point of doing anything? What's the point of living if we know that it's going to end in death? Why do we open up a book if we know we'll have to close it? Yeah, that's what you're asking. You don't just want more questions. Oopsies. I'm sorry. I don't have an answer for you. Just an option screen. These are some tough choices. But I'm sorry, mailman. I'm going against you, mailman. What if we pick don't? I feel like don't is the wrong choice. Because it just wouldn't make sense. I mean, it just wouldn't make sense. But I want to see what happens, you know? But, I mean, I'm sorry, guys. Fine. You know what? Screw both of you. You'll do it. But also, screw you. That's fair. Thanks for being reasonable. Get out of my video game. I don't think I will. I'm gonna stick around and watch everything you try to do here get flushed down the toilet of bad spin-offs. Oh, what the heck is happening? The director takes a step toward him. They aren't fighting exactly, but they're doing something. You have the distinct impression of two people fighting over a pen or elbowing each other out of the way in order to type at a keyboard. You are feeling a little dizzy again. Andrew Hussey would never do this to me. Wow. The director takes a long, tired breath. Sorry about that. Where were we? You turn away from her. You don't want to talk to her anymore. You just want to get this over with. I get that. I'll let you be alone. I'm sorry, kid. The director fades slowly until it's like she was never there at all. But the horror, the pit of ice that has opened up in your belly, that's still there, and it will never go away. Once you consign all your friends to a hero's journey full of pain and heartache, what will happen to you? Will you just vanish? Will whatever iteration of you that was created for this story just cease to be? When the book is closed, what will you be? Zap. Oh. The mailbox is here. It's all full. The little flappy dealy is up and everything. With difficulty, you pull the beta out, scattering the rest of the mail across the yard. God, you bills and coupon books, get a job. Up in the house, you see a friendly face looking down at you. You take a deep breath. Why are they giving me the option again? It's kind of weird. Wait, I can click on the mailman? Wait, hold the phone. Who was in charge of this story? Not Ultimate Dirk, not the director, and certainly not the guy who got shoved into a room with a wolf head. It's you! It's always been you. Why are you just doing what they told you to do? There has to be a third option. There's always a third option. When the scratch happened, everything should have been erased. Everything was erased, except it wasn't because someone intervened. Jade drew all of her friends close to her and kept them safe. She saved them. Did she? Okay, the first time you tried to bring Jade with you when you teleported, Beck didn't let you. But then later he did. Jade told you that he'd been just acting like a normal dog. James told you that Godcat had just been acting like a good little kitty, almost like their powers were gone. You pace in a quick circle, then you hear Dad's car pulling up from behind you and you zap out of there before you can get caught again. Zap. You still got the beta clutch in your hand, but you're alone on Dave's roof underneath the blazing Houston sun. Nobody is going to bother you up here. There's something that's teasing just at the edge of you, understanding, and if you could only reach it. You need help. You need someone who knows about weird stuff. Like a lock clicking in your brain, you understand what you have to do. Zap. Oh, we're going to do a Radia? I guess that works out. Oh, it's you. How's it going? You look a little tired. You ask Aradia if she's been watching recently, if she knows what's been going down in your part of the neighborhood. She shakes her head. I lost track of you when you hopped universes. I'm about to try to get myself out of canon for good, and it's going to be kind of a pain. So I've been trying to conserve my energy. Oh, right, yeah, you know about that. She raises an eyebrow. Don't worry about that, actually. You know some lore is all. You might have seen what's going to happen to Aradia next. Actually, she doesn't have too much to worry about. She and Solux are fine. Actually, they're probably more than fine than almost everyone else. That's good to know, I guess. So did you figure out what was going on with your friend's situation? Yeah, you tell Aradia what's been going on with your friend's situation. Wow. Yeah. And you're going to do it? You're going to erase this timeline? Because if you are, then no offense, I might head out of canon a little early. That's just the thing. You think you might have a plan? Oh, you tell her the plan. Does she think it'll work? A slow, brilliant smile paints a sunrise across her face. I have no idea, but I love to watch. Zap. The green sun. Oh, hold up. The green sun spreads out below you like a giant radioactive gunball that absolutely wants to tear you into a million greasy pieces. You can feel it tugging at all of your organs, twisting up all the words inside you, making a mess of the themes, dragging motives, screaming to the surface. This is the single largest source of raw narrative mass in the multiverse, and it should be killing you. Do you actually need me to do anything? You sort of just wanted her to vibe here with you in case you die. You don't want to die alone. Wow, that's fair. Hey, if you die, I'll pick up your bones for you. Wow. Thanks, Aradia. She smiles. See you on the other side, you say. You're not sure who you're talking to. You're guessing this is going to be pretty bad. Zap. It's not bad. It's not pain exactly, because when you are inside the green sun, you don't think you have nerve endings anymore. You're just a consciousness floating in the miasma, whatever, of causation. You aren't sure how this is supposed to work. Did you maybe start thinking about your friends like you are in the animes? What? I've been dreaming in anime again, Rose. Drawing strength from the power of your social links. Oh. You think about John and Rose and your good friend Dave. Oh, ouch, thinking too much hurts. You aren't going to be able to count all anime cliches for this one, you guess. So you don't think about your friends for once, you think about yourself. The impossibility that is you, protagonist, reader, carrier of the story. Maybe not every story, but this one. You have been erased so many times. You look across the rise and fall of the story and see just how many mistakes you've made. All the times you've broken your friends' trust or betrayed them or, hell, even killed them. You reach across to all of those yous, your what-ifs, your do-overs. You let the blazing energy overtake you. You open yourself up, and everything goes green. Okay, I don't know what happened. And you better be on your best behavior, orphaner. If this partnership is gonna work out, forget this guy, Briska. We can do this ourselves. Could you at least give a guy a chance to respond to a couple of, well, what's that? Pounce, come here, kitty kitty. I'm home. Nepeta, this cave is far too small for someone with a height as strong as mine. Pounce? Aqueous, what's that? No, we got squad. Anyway, that's why I don't eat corn dogs anymore. Those things are no good, man. You know what I'm saying? What the heck? Is this a normal future thing? Earthquakes and stuff. I guess that's a normal whatever thing, but we don't get many of them in Houston. I don't think that's an earthquake. Autoresponder? No seismic activity detected in the area. Hmm. So you're telling me I wrote this? In another history? Yes, as far as I'm aware. Incredible. It's very boring. I think it's brilliant. I mean, the green sun pulses around your slowly collapsing being as you feel it, and as you feel it subsume you. What about John? I haven't seen John in such a long time. Okay. You feel yourself unspooling, swallowed in light. You think of how you came to be here, where you are right now, and the choices you made along that path. What are the odds that the you that prevailed is this one? It's probably something that could be mapped out, but you're too busy eating the freaking sun with your whole body to figure it out. Instead, you sink into the feeling of connections that hold you together. The bonds you created are threaded through your arms and your belly and your heart. Your body is nothing, consumed by flame, and yet you feel yourself start to become. Zap. The mail goes in the box. Oh, there's John! Okay, get ready. This is the best part of the movie. All the classic memes come from this part. John, every part of this movie is hot trash. Aw, it's not that bad. I want to see the guy put the bunny back in the box. We love Nick Cage movies. Ah! This movie is so bad that the drones are approaching your neighborhood. It's too late for the human race. Darkness sees at this timeline, and in the distance you hear what might be cracked splinters through space-time. Reality is compressing and falling apart around you in a cacophony of breaking glass. All of your friends, all of their dreams rendered away to nothing. All of it unraveling. No. No. It doesn't disappear. I don't let it. I am bigger than this story, but I am also inside the story, so I gather it up and I keep it close to me. And as soon as I remove it from causation, they love using that word, it's like it never happened. I take the timeline and I lock it away. That's what it is. It is a locked timeline, and I am its guardian. Its first guardian. Aww. Thanks for playing. Oh wow. And it just takes us right to the title screen. Wow. Well, if we went to the credits, what would happen? Oh, it just tells you. Wow. So that is the end of Homestuck, guys. I can't believe it. Well, Pesterquest Homestuck. Yes, we know, we know. Well, that was crazy. That was actually crazy. But like that last choice, it had like look. This one right here, it had two other options, but I just saw I could click on the mailman, so I did. So who even knows, honestly? There's a lot of stuff we didn't get to see. But all that matters is that we got the good end. What a great way to celebrate 413, bro. Oh my god. Well, that is the end of Pester Quest, man. I hope you all enjoyed, and peace out, friends.